Folks, I don't know if you've been seeing what the TERFs have been cooking, but the transvestigations have ramped up quite a bit lately. It started with the transvestigation of Olympic boxer Imane Khelief with J.K. Rowling, who I guess is the expert on femininity and gets to decide for all women who is and isn't really a woman. This is her attacking a cis woman, calling her a man. But on top of that, we had Kyle Rittenhouse. He was a victim of transvestigations. So just to recap, I did a video on this. He decided to say that he's not voting for Trump and he's going to write in Ron Paul. He got attacked and ultimately he got transvestigated and he did a 180. So this person here saying, not really a cis guy. Now, it doesn't have a lot of engagement, but 65,000 views, even on Twitter, that's quite a bit, right? So I'm not sure if the views are because people are like, wow, look at this freak show. They think that Kyle Rittenhouse is trans. And listen, if Kyle Rittenhouse, I feel like this goes without saying, but if Kyle Rittenhouse was trans, who cares? That's a non sequitur. I mean, Kyle Rittenhouse killed people. So, the people who are doing the transvestigators, one, they're creepy. Two, they're just deeply, deeply transphobic, and they think that it's some sort of an own if they can prove somebody is trans or get others to think that that person is trans, but it's not an own. I've been transvestigated before on my show. If you look at some of the YouTube comments, because I have a higher pitched voice, they'll say, hey, is that a trans man? So what if I am? I've said before I'm a cis guy, but if you think I'm trans, it doesn't bother me at all. Trans people are cool as hell. Almost every single trans person I know has a dark-ass sense of humor. They're good people, compassionate. It means nothing. Trans people are people. Trans men are men. So if you think I'm a trans man, that doesn't make me feel like any less of a man. And the same is true if you're a woman and they think you're trans. It doesn't matter. Trans women are women. Stop being weird. Stop transvestigating people. Stop trying to figure out, what's in between people's legs, because it's weird. But listen, Kyle Rittenhouse, not the only right-winger to be transvestigated, because guess who else is being transvestigated? The pictures, I'm sorry. Alleged sex trafficker, Andrew Tate. This person shared the screenshot. So this person, I think that this is Facebook. Yeah, so Facebook is where the craziest shit goes on. So I'm sure everyone's being transvestigated on Facebook. If you look, don't look. But this person says, I guess she forgot to wear her fake penis. And then he responded, I told everyone about this a while back. It's all of them. If they are on the stage, they are part of the inverted show. This person responds saying, he/she blocked me for calling her a transformer. Those sloping shoulders, and her sister is even worse. Those huge hips, it's so obvious. So with the way that they're talking and how much engagement this has, it leads me to believe that, there's kind of some people who actually legitimately believe that Andrew Tate is trans. The thought has never crossed my mind, because when I think about Andrew Tate, the first thing I think is disgust and misogyny and sex trafficking. Not, I wonder if Andrew Tate is really cis. But the picture they share, listen, my dude, you zoomed in on his crotch. Zoomed in on his crotch, and the underlying assumption is that Andrew Tate is weird because he might be trans. I genuinely don't know what the fuck to say to that. But transvestigations have become so ubiquitous, so common, that we've reached the ultimate conclusion here. So get a load of this. Okay. Alejandro Caraballo shared this. So transvestigators have reverse-transvestigated Dylan Mulvaney to conclude she must have been born a woman, forcibly transitioned to male as kid, then transitioned into female in adulthood. So it's all come full circle here. Transphobes have concluded that Dylan Mulvaney, a woman, is a woman. Now, let's just zoom in because they're very specific, and with how much specificity they use to talk about why people are or aren't trans, I've got to say, it leads me to believe that this is like a fucking hobby. So, and by the way, this came from Facebook, so it's a screenshot that was shared to Accidental Ally, that subreddit. So this person says, I see soft female clavicles despite the crazy low body fat and a female neck on this probable double flipper. I don't know what a double flipper is. I'm sure that's some weird TERF terminology. Brow ridge and 5 o'clock shadow are easily added via surgery and hormones. Energy from eyes screams female as well. Thoughts? So, I need to reiterate this because we're getting into very dumb territory here. Dylan Mulvaney, who's a woman, they're checking out Dylan Mulvaney like, I think that's a woman. Congratulations, you're correct. Okay, there's more. So this person responds saying, possibly female to male to female. There are other body markers to look at as well. Shoulder to hip ratio, leg and arm length. God damn, they're so specific with this. Leg and arm length, the way their stride and strut presents itself. Sometimes it is very hard because some children are being transitioned before they hit puberty. No, they're not. That's not happening. Before they hit puberty, at most they're given puberty blockers to delay puberty so they can make a decision about HRT. But when it comes to prepubescent trans youth, it's just social transition. It's just clothing, pronouns, a new name possibly. So that's just wrong. So they act like experts when they very clearly they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. So the author responded to that person saying, yes, that is my theory, that she was denied puberty, which kept the hips narrow, and the hormones possibly helped grow the limbs long. Okay, has any one of these people considered the possibility that you just don't know? The people who always know, they don't actually know. I mean, it's very difficult to determine whether or not somebody is trans or cis. And I guess my question is, why would you care either way? It genuinely is completely insignificant. It doesn't matter at all. And you don't need to know if they're trans or cis. The fact that they care so much and they are inspecting every fucking thing down to the hair follicles on her upper lip leads me to believe that this is actually like a real hobby. Like remember how you had ghost hunters? Like there's a big community. It still exists, I'm sure. You've got a whole ass community online of transvestigators, right? Where they've got their equipment, their pseudoscientific equipment. They're teaming up. They're busting out the calipers to measure skulls. These people are weird. These people are fucking out of their goddamn minds. Who cares, man? Who cares? Trans, cis, non-binary. Let's just let people live their lives and mind their own fucking business. How about that? I mean, any one of these people, like this person, you can't really see. It's kind of a grainy image, but you can just as easily turn this all back around on her. But I mean, if they were transvestigated and somebody started really scrutinizing whether or not they meet the stringent requirements to be considered a woman under their definition, I bet they would be pissed off. But they do this to everyone. Anybody who doesn't fall neatly in a little box can't possibly be cis or AFAB or AMAB. And now trans people are being reverse transvestigated. Folks, what is going on? What's going on? Again, I've said this before, and I'm being purposefully hyperbolic, but I'm starting to actually convince myself that it's true. I think that transphobes have brain damage. Like, maybe not literal brain damage, but I genuinely believe that transphobia is an actual mental illness. Because it's not like homophobia, where it's just like, man, they're hateful, disgusting people. there's something unique about transphobia. There's something unique about the way that they obsess over this. Sure, you had really obsessive homophobes. Oftentimes they were externalizing an internal struggle that they were dealing with. But I mean, there's something so different about transphobes where they are uniquely brain damaged, where the things that they think about constantly is genuinely insane. Like it's brain rot. It's an actual mental illness. It's giving cult vibes. Like, I don't think it's a cult, but these communities are very culty in the way that they scrutinize every single fucking person. I mean, nobody's safe. Post a picture on Instagram, you could be transvestigated. Upload a video to YouTube, they could transvestigate me. Nobody's safe, right? But if everybody's trans, none of us are trans. So the transvestigations have gone out of control. It stems from transphobia, obviously, because if you're trans, that's bad, according to them. But, you know, the point is that it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, people are people. Trans people are people. Trans women are women. Trans men are men. Same for cis men, cis women. Shut the fuck up. Mind your own business. Stop trying to police people's bodies. Stop trying to scrutinize whether or not they have a certain genitalia that you expect them to have. Stop looking at their fucking low body fat and female neck and a brow ridge and just shut the fuck up. My God, get a hobby. There's so much to do in this world. So little time. Rock climbing. Not for me, but maybe it's for you. Go rock climbing. You can go see some movies. I hear the new Deadpool versus Wolverine is really good. You know, pick up a Nintendo Switch, get Animal Crossing. Hundreds of hours right there you can pour into that bullshit. Much more productive than this. Much more productive than this. You'll be healthier as a person, and other people will think that you're more normal. I promise you, like, if you tell your friends, hey man, I'm transvestigating this person, they're gonna think you're a freak because you are. Okay? Stop.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Play stupid games,
F around and find out.
Prizes. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Play stupid game. Pride. Trans rights are human rights. It is necessary to push trans on the kids. Pride.